Hi, I'm Liberty from BBC Good Food, and I'm here to help you make your Christmas magical by showing you how to bake gingerbread 2 ways. We're going to start with a lovely gingerbread loaf, followed by really easy gingerbread biscuits. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so to start with, all we have to do is add our sugar. So I've got some brown demerara sugar here, and all we're going to do is pop this in a medium-sized pan, along with the butter. This is just unsalted butter because you can always add a pinch of salt in at the end. And then just some clear runny honey. It adds such a lovely flavour to this dish. And then all I'm going to do is heat this up so the sugar melts and everything gets combined. This mixture has all melted, the butter's melted, the sugar has also melted, and the whole mixture is combined. So now all we have to do is add the milk and a little bit of vanilla extract or paste or whatever you have. So I'm going to pop that in there. I'm going to give it a good stir to combine everything together, and then all I'm going to do is pour it into a bowl just to cool it down slightly more before we add it to the flour. So our butter sugar mixture has finally cooled down slightly, and all I'm going to do is take the self-raising flour and baking powder and pop it into a big bowl. Now I'm going to combine that with our lovely spice mix, which is cinnamon, ginger, allspice, cloves and nutmeg, and pop that in there. Give that a little mix just so they're all combined. And then I'm going to add in 1 large egg. Give that another mix up. So the egg's in now, and all I'm going to do is pour in my melted butter and sugar mixture, just gradually to avoid any lumps. All I'm going to do is pour this now into the tin. Just move it over so it's all the same height. So this is all ready to go now. I'm just going to pop it in the oven for about 40 minutes. Being sure to not open the door, otherwise it will sink. So yeah, just gonna pop it in the oven. So it's had about 40 minutes in the oven, and I'm just going to take it out and check that it's cooked. Amazing, so it's had about 40 minutes in the oven and it looks lovely and golden brown. So to check it's cooked properly through the middle, all I'm going to do is take a skewer and pop it in gently. Take it out and it should be clean. Amazing, so the skewer is lovely and clean, which means it's cooked right the way through. It's a lovely golden brown colour, so all I'm going to do now is leave it to sit in the tin to cool for about 10 minutes, then transfer it onto a cooling rack until it's really cold and lovely to slice. I'm so excited to eat this, I can't tell you how delicious it smells. So I'm going to pop it onto a wooden chopping board and just slice away. This looks so delicious. I'm really excited to dive in. It's also really delicious with a cup of tea, and also if you do want it in the morning, just toast it and slather it with butter and it's delicious. So good. So now on to our really easy gingerbread biscuit recipe. It's actually my recipe, and the loaf is Barney's from our cookery team too. We joined up to bring you gingerbread 2 ways. So to get started on this, all you have to do is add your dark brown sugar into a small saucepan. So once you've added the sugar into the saucepan, all you have to do is add some golden syrup and some unsalted butter. So now your sugar, butter and golden syrup is in a small saucepan. All you have to do is put it on a medium heat and just stir it until everything is melted together. Then all I'm going to do is pour it into a bowl just to cool down before we add it to the flour. The lovely smooth mixture that we've just melted together has cooled slightly. In a bowl I have some plain flour and some bicarb just mixed together. and all I'm going to do is add some cinnamon and some ground ginger. They give it such a lovely flavour. It's not too strong, so perfect for children. It's really delicious. So all I'm going to do is add in this mixture into the flour and just stir it all together. So I've just brought this together using a spoon, and now I'm going to get my hands in there and just combine it a little bit more. So what we're going to do is roll it into 2 pieces of greaseproof paper. This stops the faff of putting flour down on the surface, and it just allows it to be rolled out so much easier. Great, so that has all come together now, and I'm just going to pop it onto the greaseproof paper and start rolling it out. So we're going to roll it to the thickness of about 1/2 centimetre. This is such a workout, but it's so worth it and really fun to do with children as well. Okay, I think we're nearly there. A little bit more. So that's about 1/2 centimetre, and all we're going to do now is put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes just to set up, so that when you cut the little stars out, it's so much easier and more precise. The dough has had about 30 minutes in the fridge just to chill and harden slightly. Now all we're going to do is cut out the little cute star shapes. So we have 2 really cute star cutters here. I've got a bigger one and a smaller one, and all I normally do to make a cute little design is put the big cutter down, cut out a star, and then cut a star from the inside of the bigger star. So you have a cute little star cookie as well. What I would say is put the little stars onto a separate baking sheet, because they do take less time than the bigger stars in the oven and you don't want them to burn. So I'm going to cut some more out, some big ones and some little ones, and just keep going until I've used up all the dough. So I've just cut out these lovely little stars, putting the smaller ones on one tray and the bigger ones on the other. I'm going to pop them in the oven at about 170 fan for around 10 minutes, but I think the little ones might need a little less time, so it's always worth keeping an eye on them in the oven just so they don't go too dark. So I'm going to make the icing to decorate these lovely gingerbreads, and it's the simplest thing ever. All it is some icing sugar and some water. So the trick is to add water a little as you go, just so you don't make it too liquidy to start with. You're looking for a consistency that just about falls off the spoon, so it stays in one place when it goes onto the biscuit. So this is the consistency you're looking for. It will just about fall off the spoon, which will make it easier to pipe with, but it won't run off the biscuit. So these lovely gingerbread have come out of the oven and cooled completely on the baking tray, and now it is time to ice them. So we have our icing that we've made, and all I'm going to do is pop it in some paper piping bags that I've made earlier. Now these are really easy to make, and you can make them at home, or you can just use a normal piping bag. So you want to fill it about halfway up, and then all you have to do is close both sides and then fold it down. I'm going to cut the end just a little bit of the way up, so the hole at the top's really thin. And then what you can do is just test it on a little bit of greaseproof paper to make sure it's coming out well. So here we have our 2 ways of gingerbread. We have Barney's lovely gingerbread loaf and my ginger biscuits, perfect for children. Now this isn't a competition, but I would love to know which one you will be making at Christmas time. So yeah, if you do make them, please do tag us on Instagram. We're at BBC Good Food, and I love looking through our feed to see which ones you've made. So yeah, have a lovely Christmas.